Well, you look at here. What are you doing? Get that out? Come on, man.
Oh, shit, my bad. I thought y'all wanted some. Who want to hit this?
It's CC.
Savage AF, y'all. You know what it is.
Your little drug addict thing on the rest of us.
Hey, man. Sometimes
I was.
It's better to share your drugs.
I was so baked last night. It was crazy. So
you so baked. You said baked.
I said baked.
Oh,
old school, man.
Savage AF, man. Y'all know what it is. Forget your feelings, okay? Facts are the only thing that matter.
Do they?
Sometimes we kick them. Sometimes we don't.
Apparently, not if you're running for the Republican Party.
Hey yo. But you know what it is, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. Savage AF. I'm your boy Black Pedro. This dude right here, man.
I am on fire. I just, yo, what's going on? It's fucking gay. And I just want to let y'all know. Thank y'all.
That's Shang.
Yeah, Shang. Oh shit.
Like that. His name is.
Yo, I need y'all to know we appreciate you joining us 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're here for you during the weekdays. Now, during the holiday, this coming up, it's have a holly jolly. Okay, there ain't nothing holly jolly, but I mean, make sure that you check us out not only here on the YouTube, which is scrolling. Where's it scrolling at again? Oh yeah, it's scrolling.
So if you ever miss us live, you a crack fiend. I'm gonna call you Pookie the rest of your life. But you can get rehab. You can get clean by youtube.com/C/Savage AF World, all one word. And that's where we have the shows archived. You know what I'm saying? So that's easy to do right here.
And when you go there, a lot of times people go there and they go, What do I do now? What do I do now? What do I do now? I don't know what do I do. What are the instructions? What shall I do to move forward in what I'm trying to do? Now, what you should do is
don't just stare.
I cussed 2 minutes in.
Okay, man. Oh, it's all good, man. Don't worry. We're gonna say other things that'll be more horrible than that.
That's true. And while you are over there, we like these. I know that some people like these, and with this, we like them a lot. Some thumbs up. Make sure you check it out. We appreciate it. I don't think we should make that face.
Intensity on the thumbs. Man.
Intensity on the thumbs. Make sure that you check us out on that. We're not done. Also, Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. If you look upward above Pedro's Frothy Frohawk, it's right there.
Right. Follow the curl, y'all. You want to go Savage A.F. There's 2 dots, one here and then one here.
Yeah, see, that's what you want to do. A lot of people don't understand these things. We have to explain it to you guys all the time. And this is the sad part. This is the sad part about it, man. And I'm just going to say it, man. Instagram is what needed in my life.
I'm nothing without it.
I just don't know if I can go
I didn't want to say that, but I'm nothing without the IG, Instagram. Follow us.
I'm not crying. We're not crying. Shut up. We're not crying.
It's allergies.
But if you do get the chance, follow at Black Pedro. Follow at Black Pedro and follow at Comedian Shang. By the way, us at that fake crying, if you're a woman, that can get you to get your man out the house. That really will. Like, but Pedro, I mean, you don't really show your feelings in the book. And it's like, hey, all right, well, I gotta go. You know?
Obviously, you need some time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little bit of time to get your shit together. And
hey, man.
Snifflies. Hey, listen, Sniffly. I need to get on out of
here. Speaking of time and being on time, we thank y'all for being with us when we here. Breezy JJ's, Damani Jones, Queen Bizzles is in the hizzles. Evelyn Gatlin got that thing on her. I know she do. All right, man. We thank y'all for building the building with us. Today we got to fly through this one. I got to leave a little early.
We're going for it right now. This is the rundown on the run up. Hold up, see the hand? We're on the rundown on the run. We going fast. Let's go.
Let's go, y'all. See, this how you know your family don't support you. My sister calling me while the show is starting, so obviously she not following the show.
Right. And you know what? I'm gonna have to have a talk with your sister and her husband about their activities. And not supporting the show. We're gonna have to have a little conversation with them.
Oh no, yeah, you know what it is. All right, man. Savage AF. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter.
Yes, they do.
Into it. Yeah, Black Pedro comedian Shang. It's Wednesday, December 21st. Get that shopping done. Get that shopping done, y'all. You know what it is, y'all. Savage AF. We're gonna end today's show with a Shangry. The question is, how low can they go?
How low can you go? Yeah.
The repugs are repugging. Let's talk about it. But before we get into that, Black Page will pop in today. 10 days and counting. Let's go, y'all. Before we get into that, though, in the house, LA's new mayor's had a brilliant idea to put homeless people inside.
Off the home.
Like inside. All right. But before we get into that, Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. Y'all got my missiles?
Yo, man.
Did you? I can't. I hate to run up on y'all like this, but y'all got my missiles. The Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky,
aka used to be a comic, used to be a stand-up comic,
and an actor on a sitcom, but he popped up in Washington D.C. today at the White House. Was at the podium with your president Joseph Robinette Biden, and he's going to make a speech to Congress tonight. So, and all good will and outreach aside, we know he's showing up for them missiles. He need them Patriots, baby, right now. He got a suitcase ready for them motherfuckers right now to go. So,
well, you know what? The other thing is America has promised that they would be helping, but they don't want to piss off Russia because Russia will go nuclear with us. They will flat out be like, "Oh, so the Americans are with you?" Oh no, and they will. And no, and the Ukrainians, 7 minutes in, will get totally fucked over if we do too many. We give them too much stuff. I'm gonna keep it real.
Your boy has threatened a lot. Putin has, but I'm not so sure. I mean, I'm not saying it's out of the question at all, but I'm not so sure how potent the threat of nuclear war is. I mean, I know, what I'm saying, I know he could. I believe he's crazy.
Okay, exactly.
But I don't think he actually will.
You're so man, Pedro. Are you starting to show off with your shit? Let me tell you something.
Miss Averb in the building. She says the Ukrainian president has the same resume as you and I. So
wow,
we could be president there, dog.
Well, I would never be president because there would be white enslaved camps the next day. I would enslave Caucasians and make them do our laundry. Patrice got
by hand. If there was no more washing machine.
Yeah, exactly. There would be like Patrice, rest in peace. Used to say, I would just walk around,
Patrice O'Neill,
looking at married men, white men, and go, "Hey, get your wife upstairs to warm up my bed." Like, just it would be like that. I would not be good president material. Pedro would. No, he wouldn't. Yeah, no, he wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. I mean,
because I'd have showed up. I'd be like, listen, man, fuck off. First of all, I love the way Zelensky showed up too, in like his war shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that motherfucker had on army green and shit. He ain't no time for no suit, double wings, or none of that shit. Where my missiles at, bitch?
Yeah.
I mean, thank you guys. You've been a great help. Where the fucking missiles at? You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. Where they at? No, but now I think I do think the Russians would retaliate. I mean, more than they are now. And even though they're losing, it's because they haven't ramped it up to full capacity of what they could do. That's what I think it is.
Who, Russia?
Yeah, they haven't.
Well, they've lost a lot of ground. They've gotten their asses kicked in a lot of areas, and they were supposed to be able to roll in. You know, Diana Ross, I'm the boss, and this is how it's going to be, but they didn't quite get that. So it's been. I think it's already a failed mission. I mean, it was failed in the fact that it's unjust, but Russia has gotten their ass kicked, I believe, and they don't have the supplies. They gotta sneak shit in from the Iranians and shit. You know what I mean? But then so yeah, I mean this is, but Ukraine is desperate and it's a winter, and so Russia's doing that whole ass shit where they're trying to freeze people out, man.
Well, no, I mean,
And
I know that, but what I'm saying is, I think that Russia knows they're gonna fuck us. They're gonna fuck them over, man.
Ms. Adverb says Russia is down to riding on rhinos, and they don't really have many rhinos in Russia either. So it's like
they got to ship the rhinos in.
One of them's pregnant, so they can't. Yeah, it's like I don't know where they get these rhinos from.
There wouldn't be no black rhinos. There wouldn't be any black rhinos.
Well, those got to extinct first.
Black rhinos are the strongest rhinos. But aside from that, I just want to put that in there. This black rhinos, black rhinos, like, hey, bitches, get off of my goddamn lawn type of. I like that kind. But I'm telling you right now, what's going to happen if his speech resonates with people, even though we've already given them billions of dollars, we will make sure that we get up off those missiles. I really do think that's going to happen. It's a pressure tactic.
Oh no, he's got the missiles. Like he's going to get
training. They're training for the missiles, though. You got to really be on your shit to know how to use these.
They're complicated. The Patriot missiles are complicated systems.
It takes months and months and months and months, they said, to learn how to really do that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think him showing up is a nice little thing for his resume. I'm gonna keep it real, because
I mean, it was a risky thing. Like when I heard he was on his way here, I'm like, oh Lord, this nigga they're gonna have to fly around the moon to avoid Russia. Because because that motherfucker, I was like, please don't shoot this man plane down.
Oh,
please.
But you know what though, man, he's been on the ground. He's been like where there was old lady throwing plates at the Russians. He's been right up there with them. No, I know y'all think I'm
passing her the plates.
And let me be forgiven and like freedom. I'm telling you right now, people in the feed, this real shit. This is how gangster Ukrainians are. These motherfuckers was fighting with, I'm dead serious. They were throwing plates. They were making Molotov cocktails in their house. There was people jumping them physically. Like they would, they had guns, and there would be people, they would put a little old lady there in front and then creep up behind them and just start banging on them. So I like how and they're like, I can't believe we're getting beat by these sucker ass Ukrainians. That's what the Russians were thinking, but they are. But Russia about to take it up to that next level. One, you're gonna freeze out a lot of people during the winter because they're doing that fuck shit, like you said. Secondly, they have more weaponry, and right now the Ukrainians it could be coming with a weakened, winter soldiers.
I mean, you want to talk about Cold War, man. They said, I heard on MSNBC today, they have a journalist in the Ukraine that they've been communicating with. And, he was like, in a few months, they're predicting or anticipating a huge spike in mental health crises because, life is getting fucking hard there. Like, if you thought it was hard with no running water and shit, we'll try it with all of that, no electricity, and it's fucking freezing. You know what I mean? So it's going to drive people batshit crazy in Ukraine. And, that's part of the tactic that Putin's employing in now. And that's why, it's not successful, because when you have to get down to that.
Well, but it's war.
Just that low down.
It's war, and they're trying to make sure that they make it. I mean, when it's war, you know what I'm saying? You got war out here. Out in these streets.
Favorite line. One of my favorite war movies is Black Hawk Down, and
what's up, Queen Bee?
And there's just a line Eric Bana has, like the best line in the movie, where like they've been through the shit. They get back to the base, and he had a couple bites of food, and he's just plugging back in to go right back out there. And I think Josh Hartnett's character is just looking at him like, "What the fuck, bro?" And Eric Banner's just like, "It's just war, that's all." Like just casual as fuck. I was like, man.
Well,
but it's not like that. It's not like that for your average citizen, right?
Do you think Zelensky's going to get some sympathy from the Republicans? Because the Republicans are like, we don't want to give them any more money. We don't want to help them. Do you think that because pretty much he's a hero. And he is walking in like this. This is how he's walking to look like, yeah, let's go.
So, in real talk, my mother and I are debating and halfway anticipating whether or not like a Marjorie Taylor Greene or a Lauren Boebert won't be yelling out, "What about Hunter Biden's laptop?" You know what I mean? But I think overall, and I kind of hope they do show their.
They already were talking shit. What are you talking about? They already talking shit about it.
Well, but I kind of want to see images of them yelling at him on the floor. Like she was harassing, like MTG was harassing the Parkland shooting.
Yeah. Oh, you know what'll happen? Zelensky will be like, "Hand me some plates."
He's like, "Please, saucers."
He is about that life, though. I think he would say something back in Russian or Ukrainian today.
But I also think, though, that for the most part, Republicans have to go along with this. No. I'm
going to give you the.
I'm just saying if they don't. No. But if they don't, I'm just saying if they don't, they're gonna really, really look like piece of shit dickheads. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you think so? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think if anything, I think if anything, it'll make it hit the base, love them more. Like, don't give them those missiles. Don't give them those goddamn missiles. It'll make them.
Russia is our friend,
right?
Because I don't.
They are riding for Russia, though.
Well, some when you say they, you should be more specific, right? So, like, for who I'm talking about are, your average Republican, whatever, that should be in support of this because, since when in the fuck has America been aligned with Russia, right? Not since fucking World War II. And that was just, out of having a common enemy in the Germans. But, other than that, anybody who is against supporting Ukraine is, by default supporting Russia.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't know where the fuck, how you going to explain that?
Okay, read what Treehead said. I think I'm on her side with that. And I understand what you're saying. God damn it.
She said they don't care about looking like piece of shit assholes.
That's why I think they're going to.
About racism and things like that. Yeah, but I think the majority of the Republican Party understands that, like, you can't align yourself with Russia. No, I don't deny that there are factions of the Magites. They want a white ethno state just like Russia too. So like a lot of there's a percentage of people who admire Russia. But that being said, I don't think that's a majority opinion or stance.
The reason I agree with Treehead is, one, they've already shown they don't give a fuck. They give zero.
I agree with Treehead too.
Okay,
I don't disagree.
But aligning with Russia, if you look at a lot of Trump rallies, if you look at when they just had the young Republicans in New York, there was a lot of people that was pro-Russia and had signs of pro-Russia. So I think they do align themselves with it. And if you look at when Trump was in office, the motherfucker was constantly the balls of Putin. He was spreading the ball cheek and doing the little, he was wearing ball muffs. He was about that though. I think he is.
Miss Adler says, country ass Republicans don't understand what Russia is. I'd give a bit of an amen to that as well. Like, I'm not sure that enough of the base is even educated on this stuff at all.
I don't think they're
or
educated at all.
educated at all.
I think
yeah,
the
right.
a lot of Republicans, especially the rural areas, these motherfuckers still think, what's niggers doing? Walk
What's
around. What's niggers doing? Walk around like they can just walk around freely, driving cars. Who's that nigger in the car? Can't have that. And I'm telling you, man, I've done some gigs where I was sitting there going, how am I gonna get out this bitch without throwing hands? Because
without getting slaptastic, where are the exits?
And I would look for the exits. I did the Sunshine Saloon. That's the name of it. Sunshine Saloon, me and the comic Jeff Capri. And the whole time I was sitting there going, I'm the only nigga in this county. This is about to be.
I am the black population here is me.
It was crazy. What's up, Lewis? Lewis Johnson, one of the funniest comics out
Lewis
there.
Johnson, what's up, man?
But I'm telling you right now, if you look at the rural areas, a lot of them, if you look at the signs that were holding up, if you look at the Republican Party that just had that Nazi fest they just had, what was the joint they just did in New York where Marjorie Taylor Greene was like, if it was us, we'd have had guns, bitches. And I'm like, yeah, but guess what? You giant muscular spider monkey looking Caucasian whore bitch that cheats on your husband all the time and is surprised to talk about morals, suck a dick, first off. Secondly, hey, what's up, G-Mac? Secondly, I'm telling y'all right now, to your face, okay, the Republicans are going to talk mad shit about Zelensky. They're going to talk mad shit like, what's he doing here? And Zelensky will look him right in the face. You will all be, you all. He's a serious looking, right here, he look like he'll fuck you up.
Hey, man, not all comedians are fun all the time. G-Mac, we see you in the building as well. Yeah, so, we're gonna bounce from this, but just to wrap it up, this was a trip about give me my missiles, nigga. Like we need them things. You got them things. Give me them things.
Get up off those things.
So and we gave them things. But yeah, I do want to hear his speech to Congress, and I'm hoping some Republicans show their ass.
Like you want them to
just to show
yeah.
that they're assholes, man.
Yeah.
Well, on the opposite end of the political spectrum, this is more of a local story for Shang and not myself.
For Los Angeles, but it is still a national story because the homelessness is out of control everywhere.
So our new mayor, Karen Bass, she was my congressional representative for many years.
Yes.
But left Congress to become mayor of Los Angeles at a time of crisis. Our biggest one in LA is a homelessness situation where there are tent cities all over LA. There are trailers parked in random ass areas, and every now and then you see the cops just kind of run up on these spots, and people have like 30 minutes to get their whole life together and relocate. It gets cold enough in LA where being outside all the time is just not fucking cool.
Okay,
right?
but Karen Bass is hitting the ground running. I like the way she's doing shit.
Yeah.
I like the fact that she's doing it the way she's doing it, but she got a huge task. And I'm going to keep it real. And I'm not taking anything away from her. So anybody in the feed, I don't hear from black women. You don't want a black woman to run shit because I'm not trying to equate it to that. But I'm going to keep it real. Gavin Newsom is the one that initially pushed. Don't give me the face. First off, man, you know what I'm talking about. Evelyn Gatlin, I'm just saying. Gavin Newsom was the one that said he wanted to put $200 million into relocating. That was like a plan he had been talking about at least a year and 2 years ago. Like Gavin Newsom, and I like the fact she's compounding on it. But I'm telling you, that motherfucker was the first one I saw really talking that shit and trying to get the funding to talk that shit. $200 million is a grip. They were to move them in makeshift, smaller places that are further outside of the city. That's what the plan was. Clean up some of the tent cities. And I think that's a good look.
But okay, but clean up tent cities didn't mean what Karen Bass is talking about. I don't believe, right? Because they clean up tent cities, but they're not putting people anywhere. So, all right, just to cover, because she's been in office 9 days. Okay, so this is new shit, hot off the presses here. But on her first day, she kept good on her promise and I'm getting this from what's the source called? Sorry, LAist. On her first day, she kept good on her promise and declared a state of emergency on homelessness. Right,
Right.
first step one. This past Friday, she ordered city departments responsible for housing Angelenos in affordable units and shelters to fast track the process to developing housing. So, you know, and I've never been through the process, but the things that I've seen about it are that it is this process in trying to get housing, in filling out these applications, and trying to secure the affordable housing in LA. There's these wait lists and paperwork, and oh, you didn't fill this out, send it back. Now you're waiting 9 more months.
Yeah,
So
well, see, that's the dumb shit about bureaucracy. It's like, yo, man, fuck it, I'm hungry right now. You see me over here roasting a rat. I'm eating rat fucking stew, and you over there talking about I missed a comma on my fucking paperwork.
ratatouille.
Get up off that fucking house, because you're gonna see more and more of this. This is like right downtown LA, where it's literally 10 after 10 after 10 after 10. And that's why sometimes when I tell my son, where we're going through some shit or upset about some shit, at least we ain't living in a tent. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Pedro, if that happened with me, that happens with me going homeless, I'm a criminal, flat
You're
out.
gonna eat your neighbor. You're gonna eat your neighbor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying watch your house. Watch your house. Because I'm gonna jump
coming in.
Yeah.
Also,
AJ, what does AJ fit in?
No,
Okay.
AJ says, I'm sure 100 billion put towards citizens and really to help the people would have solved homelessness, but give the people money to Ukraine. AJ, I hear what you're saying. I don't like to pit the two things against each other. I know that this country has enough money to do both, to help Ukraine and to house homeless people. So I don't want it to be an either or. It's not like they gave Ukraine homeless people's money. They just not coming off money for homeless people that they do have. I also want to say that yesterday, Karen Bass, that is Mayor Karen Bass of Los Angeles, launched the Inside Safe program, which would place unhoused people in hotels and motels. She has a goal to place over 17,000 people in housing in her first year. So, no matter who had the idea first, obviously it's just common sense. Like, get homeless people homes. But so no matter whose idea it was, for me, it's just important to see somebody,
as long as it goes through,
actually taking action. So
Karen Bass is about that life. She about that life. She really is about helping people. But the motherfuckers out there that go against her, the Republicans. So if you look at how the Republicans across the board treat homelessness, and it's always the same way they treat black folks. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps, not realizing there's motherfuckers that might have some kind of mental illness, which I think that's one of the things I read about. They want to get the people that are striving to get home or somewhere to stay, but they also want to help facilitate for the motherfuckers that's having mental issues, and that's why they're on the street.
G-Mac just looks at the other side. He's like, I'm just glad down low Republican Rick Caruso lost after spending all that money. Yeah, for those who don't know, Bass was running against a billionaire.
Yeah, he was caked up. He had commercials. He had commercials on Pornhub. That's how I know about it.
He had commercials inside his commercials.
Right. There was a commercial of the commercial on the commercial. I'm watching Shark Tank, and Caruso walked out, and he started pitching his election. And they said, you know what? I'm out. And they didn't.
He bought the show Jeopardy and hosted it for a week just to campaign.
Just to get visibility. And Karen Bass, because her shit was to the core of actually helping people, smoked him. So fuck him. Because I agree with G-Max, right? And he was a down low. Just like I think, she's the independent Cinema is. I think Cinema is. I think Joe Manchin is a Republican. I think that, I think secretly Pedro is a Republican. Pedro's mama, not a Republican. But I think that he's a Republican. I'm going to say this right now. Treehead, a little bit of I'd say an anarchist, which is not even a thing.
This is going. So now we've intertwined our first two topics between the money that is going to Ukraine and the money that isn't going to the homeless people here in America.
Right.
AJ says it's a war we don't need to be in, How many other countries throwing billions? I'm gonna disagree with you on this, AJ, and just say that America does need to check somebody like Vladimir Putin or help out without going to full blown war, right? But like America does need to support Ukraine because like this is how Hitler started in Europe, right? It was like just nobody did anything about the dude, you know what I mean? And then by the time he gathered up enough power and territory, it was like it took a lot. It was late, so we do need to check something like this. I'm not saying that everything we do in terms of our foreign policy is warranted or necessary, but in this case, I disagree with you and say that Vladimir Putin needs to be checked.
But
and it's some foul shit to run up on. You know, this nigga killing babies and shit.
Vladimir Putin needs to put on a shirt. Every time I see this motherfucker, it'd be dead in the winter. He riding.
You know, you can't ride no horse with a shirt
with no shirt on. He always had no shirt on. He's always got like I don't want to see Vladimir Putin's hard nipples every time I turn on the TV. So he did. First off, that's the first thing you need to do. Get yourself together. You got enough money. I know you're a billionaire. Get you a fucking shirt and a jacket. You weird little puggy bitch. And I'm hoping we don't get flagged on that one. You weird little puggy bitch. Treehead says this country has enough money to do both, and no matter where the money goes, when it comes to helping people, someone's always gonna bitch. Yes, of course.
So,
so you saying AJ Fit is bitching? I'm not gonna say that because
hey, don't start no fight between them.
Yeah, the nigga bench presses cattle.
She said what she said.
All right, now AJ Fit.
No, he doesn't bench press cattle. I think he wrestled a deer. He did do that. Wow. He snapped a deer's neck or some shit with his bare.
Yeah, we got watch. We got.
He did so you know we gonna eggshells. But okay, we got to keep it pushing because, like I said, it's got to be a shorter show today. Sorry, but I'm applauding Karen Bass for at least in terms of words and motions, putting some action towards this homeless crisis. Besides just sweeping the people off the streets, but actually trying to get them.
So props to Karen Bass for coming out the box, doing what the fuck she got to do, handling her business, knocking it out, and trying to make sure that we can limit this. You're never gonna erase it fully, but we can limit this shit, and that's how we do that. And that's it. Karen Bass, when I see you on the street, I'll give you a little smack on the ass. You're doing your thing, girl.
Bam. All right.
She'll be like, thank you,
that's
Shane.
a flag.
That's another
Savage
flag.
AF, we're gonna keep it pushing, and as we do, I'm gonna do it like this.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro, popping in, hey, with another popping to let you know what's popping.
Yeah!
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another popping to let you know what's popping. So yeah, just wanted to remind you guys, and I feel like I haven't talked about it in a while, but just 10 days and counting. What are you asking, until the end of the year? Sure. But what I'm really talking about is 10 days and counting until Go Blue, bitch!
Oh my God, I thought you were talking about the end of the year.
Until the motherfucking, I'm talking about the beginning of an era.
Okay, shut up.
In which Michigan will take on the Horned Frogs of Texas Christian University.
Okay, right? But you know what? They ain't got a chance in hell.
You don't even know the game, Shane.
Okay, I do know the game, and I'm telling you right now,
no concept of what you're saying.
They don't have a chance in hell.
You're just trying to get me riled up. It's not going to work. And you're trying to get me to break shit, and it's not going to work.
Michigan's going to go down in flames, and they're going to lose. They're going to get beat like a hooker that didn't give all her money.
The only flames will be the torching of the scoreboard that they do. Yeah, guys, but highly excited. 10 days away, New Year's Eve, Michigan, go blue. Also, today is National Signing Day, and Michigan seems to be kicking some real ass in terms of the commitments that they've gotten, and on all levels of positions, from quarterback, wide receiver. Plus, they have the #1 recruiting class for the transfer portal. So a lot of quality players have transferred from other schools to get up on this thing, baby, this wagon we call the Wolverine wagon, baby. Let's go. Go blue, bitch. What's up?
Okay.
That's my pop in today. I just want to remind y'all niggas, in 10 days, the most important shit's about to happen. That's right. you see him. You see that helmet. It's an icon. It's an icon.
Well, you know what? 10 days.
Icon.
10 days left before Michigan gets their ass stomped, and Pedro ends up in an alleyway drinking tequila.
No, sir, not this year. I'm gonna be drinking tequila, but I'm gonna be right at the bar.
Pedro, come on, man. They ain't got a goddamn chance, brother.
You don't even know.
I don't even know.
You have no idea.
I mean,
doesn't even know who they're playing.
Know what? You know what? They don't even know how to run around the bases. Wait a minute. Okay, that's how much I know about it. So, okay,
that's what it is, y'all. Savage AF. Shane,
right, so
get us up out of here, baby.
But before we get up out of here, everybody, we got a couple of new people in the feed. Thank you, G-Mac, for rocking with us, number one. Number two, because I ain't seen him in a while. I hope you and your family are good. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, you will be a better person. That's what you should do. And when you go subscribe, you got to go to the YouTube page, which is scrolling down there right now, and do this. The bell. And comment. Make sure you do that. And if you do that, you will feel better about your life, yourself, and your entire family. And your orgasms will be stronger.
That's what it is.
All right,
man.
My shangry for today is the repugs keep repugging. Hey, yo, all right. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I know that they go low and they probably stick their thumb in babies' bottoms when the parents aren't looking. But the Republicans have flat out shown that everybody says, well, no, you can't say everybody's racist. But if I keep propping up racist, I'm a racist. These motherfuckers have shown that flat out from the slave trot out of Herschel Walker to everything else, that the outfits that they should really wear are these. Hey, flat out, they should wear these, because I'm gonna tell you right now, these motherfuckers aren't about their whole agenda and policy. Other Republicans, their whole policy is like to go at the Democrats, to troll, and they ain't really got no answers. They talk shit about, well, what are you gonna do about this? And then we ask them, okay, you're right, I ain't got no shit popping. What do you got popping? Yeah, well, critical race matters. You know, that's their answer. They don't know how to answer shit, and they still are beholden to this whiny little bitch, Trump. It's still Trump's fucking. I don't know why people act like
it's his party.
It's still Trump's party. It's not DeSantis. He's not gonna get indicted. He's not gonna get all of the shit they say. He's a crying, whiny little bitch, and he stole all of those fucking documents and still in office. Anybody else stole shit from their office and they found out you stole it, guess what would happen? They'd be up your ass with a microscope. But this motherfucker is getting to chill down in Mar-a-Lago with his friends. By the way, that's him in the middle. I don't know if y'all can see. That's him. That's Trump.
The one just standing like he a G and shit.
Yeah,
looking up like
yo, what's going on? He got his Rolex
yes,
on. So I'm letting y'all know right now, all that shit they trying to say that they're about when they get in office, their whole agenda, and y'all can check me on this later on, because y'all already owe me, each one of y'all in the feed already owe me $17,000, because I told you he wasn't going to get arrested, and I told you by the end of 2023 he wasn't going to go to jail, and none of the motherfuckers he rolled with going to jail. All of them free as fuck. In fact, they down at the Swingers Club right now. Now they're swinging. So before we get up out of here, I'm gonna let you know right now. Other than the fact y'all all owe me now $19,000 because of interest.
This nigga has just imposed levies on you, motherfuckers.
On all of y'all. That's what it is. Watch what happens. They're a white nationalist fucking crew. They're not about you. And anybody black that keeps riding with these Republicans that secretly, they don't like you, bitch. They're not about your welfare. Keep doing that, you coon cage ass niggas. I hope that somebody hit Herschel Walker with his car and his body flies through your window. All right, because they about this. They ain't about fucking nothing else. All right, we out of here. Listen, this week, You got to go check out this dude. This dude that's in Vegas. I heard he funny. I heard he funny. I heard the nigga funny. But let me tell you something about it. Other than him being wrong about the indictment shit, you know, good dude. But other side of that, he's fucking I'm scared that he's had a brain fart or something wrong with it. But yeah, so that's not gonna happen. Trump ain't going to jail. If any, you know what? Pedro go to jail before Trump go to jail.
Now that might be true, but that he could still go to jail.
No.
I'd still be right.
But before he goes,
I wasn't putting my freedom against his.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But you know what? Before Pedro does a stretch of time, you should go check him out.
Yeah, the last show. It's called the Freedom Show.
This is the Last Days of Freedom.
The Freedom
show,
Tour
at the LA Comedy Club down in Vegas. At the what's it called? It's not the
Strat.
The Strat. Go see him at the Strat.
We're on the Strip, y'all, this week, all week. 8 p.m. show every night this week, man, including Christmas Day. Let's go, y'all.
All right,
if you're in Vegas.
If you're in Vegas, go check them out. Down there, make sure you go do that. Also, make sure you check me out this Thursday. I'll be at the what is it called? Oh yeah, it's called the Laugh Factory Long Beach. I'll be at the Laugh Factory Long Beach. I got one show there, and then I'll be doing a show with L.J. Brown, myself, Smokey D's, and Brian Kenneth Walker Sr., who is not funny. Not funny at all.
That's hilarious.
Why do they keep booking this nigga? At least, I mean, you might not like my act, but at least you get some laughs. Like, yeah, man, that dude's stupid, and you laugh. But no, yeah, he's not funny. And LJ's a close second. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. These are my dudes. And Smokey just got a sex
Smokey
change.
Funny nigga.
Smokey got a sex change from being a man to a man. So I mean, that was wasted money. All these bitches I'm working with this weekend. Make sure you check it out. We out of here. Yo, we'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hope that y'all are good. Hope you're having a good hump day. And if you haven't humped yet, maybe you can hump on Saturday.
With consent.
With consent. Very important. We out.